So Lorretta Country Garden suspending trade in 10 onshore bonds. Not a good sign. What's the future hold for Country Garden and its bondholders?
Unfortunately, Paul, I don't think there's a lot of hope for bondholders here. So the latest news that Bloomberg News learned last Friday was that Country Garden is exploring a debt option for its onshore bonds that's coming due in the next month or so for its 10 onshore notes. And some of the options include an extension. So that would mean it will delay the payment on these bonds because actually Country Garden is facing a massive maturity wall just in September. And the bulk of that maturity comes from the onshore bond market.
Loretta, what does this tell us about the broader property space in China, given that just a while ago we also heard about Sino Ocean citing the occurrence of an event of default?
So the situation with Sino Ocean is perhaps a precursor of what might come for Country Garden. So Sino Ocean has been negotiating with some of its bondholders onshore to extend that payments. It's been getting part of the agreement coming through. So there's a 2024 bond for Sino Ocean that has received enough investor approval. And Bloomberg has reported in the past months, Sino Ocean has been going through these back and forth process with its bondholders. So on some of the notes, it has yet to get bondholder consent. I think that event of default is more of a technical issue here. So once it gets that approval that it needs, that passed the voting threshold, then that event of default could be waived. This is what the company has said in its exchange filing. But I think the investors are more watching closely what's going on with this state-backed Sino Ocean, whether the state support is actually going to step in at any point.
Exactly, because we have heard from policymakers that they want to ease restrictions in the property sector. When can we expect that to actually kick in? Easing measures have always been for the property sector. I think, we've been talking a lot about that since the end of November last year. But the problem is that there hasn't been a whole set of the support measure for property. So we're seeing, not enough credit support. That's why Country Garden and the likes of Country Garden have been falling into liquidity crisis. I think that even in terms of the demand side, you're not seeing a massive sort of lowering, easing that's happening in the key cities.